Dreams don't usually die in a big, dramatic explosion. They die quietly, one small compromise at a time. A slow, silent fade until one day you wake up and realize the person you wanted to become is a stranger you barely remember. This is a story about that fade and how to stop it. Meet Alex. He's in his late 20s, living in a city that never sleeps, working a job that barely lets him. He's a junior architect, spending his days drafting corporate towers that all look the same. But in his heart, he dreams of something different. He dreams of designing buildings that breathe, sustainable, community-focused spaces that bring people together. But dreams don't pay off student loans. His tiny apartment feels more like a storage unit for his life than a home. The commute is a daily battle, and the feeling of being just another face in the crowd is relentless. He's grinding, but it feels like he's just grinding himself down to dust. Alex works harder than anyone. He stays late, fueled by stale coffee and a flicker of hope. He pours his soul into innovative designs, concepts that could actually make a difference. But his ideas are always overlooked. Sometimes they're subtly stolen by senior colleagues, reappearing in meetings without his name attached. Promotions go to the ones who are better at playing the game, not the ones with more passion. He applies for internal grants to get his sustainable projects off the ground. Rejection after rejection after rejection, each one chipping away at his confidence, leaving him exhausted and filled with a quiet, burning frustration. I remember him telling me about one project in particular. A community garden for a low-income neighborhood. He spent months on it, his own time, his own energy. He built a detailed model, researched local plant life, even talked to community leaders. He submitted the proposal, his heart pounding with hope. The reply came 2 weeks later, a cold, generic email. Not aligned with current priorities. That one nearly broke him. Then there was the phone call with his mom. She was just trying to be supportive in her own way. "Alex, honey," she said, her voice gentle, "maybe it's time to be a little more realistic." That word hit him like a punch to the gut. It felt like she was saying his dreams were a childish fantasy, a luxury he couldn't afford. His lowest point came on a Tuesday night. It was almost 1 in the morning. The city hummed outside his window, but inside his apartment it was silent. He was surrounded by crumpled sketches, ghosts of ideas that never came to life. On his desk sat a half-finished model of a vertical farm, its intricate details now looking like a monument to his failure. The weight of it all just crashed down on him. The debt, the rejections, the feeling of being completely and utterly invisible. He whispered it out into the dark room, to no one. What's the point? And for the first time, he seriously considered giving up, moving back home. Being realistic, the thought tasted like defeat. The next morning, he woke up feeling hollowed out. But as the first gray light of dawn filtered through his window, he remembered something a professor told him back in university. A phrase that had stuck with him for years: the most important work is done when no one is watching. And right there, in that moment of complete exhaustion, he made a decision. It wasn't a grand, life-altering plan. It was small, almost insignificant. He grabbed his phone and set his alarm for 5 a.m., not to get a head start on his soul-crushing day job, but to give 1 hour, just 1 hour, to himself, to his own projects, to the work that mattered to him, even if it didn't matter to anyone else. That one small act, that single hour before the world woke up, became his secret. It became his rebellion. You see, dreams don't die because of failure. They die when fear becomes more convincing than hope. Alex started waking up at 5 a.m. every single day. At first, it was brutal. His body screamed for more sleep. But he forced himself up, made coffee, and sat down at his desk. And for 60 minutes, he worked. He refined his vertical farm model. He sketched new ideas for public parks. He read about new sustainable materials. No one was telling him to do it. No one was going to see it. There was no deadline, no client, no paycheck. It was just for him. He was keeping a promise to himself. And that changes everything. If you really want to know what you're capable of, stop asking for permission and start keeping promises to yourself. That's where real power is born. Slowly, something began to shift. That 1 hour a day started to feel less like a chore and more like a sanctuary. It was his time. He was building something, not for a client, but for his own soul. His skills got sharper. His portfolio of passion projects grew. He started talking about his ideas with more conviction, not because he was trying to sell them, but because he believed in them again. He was falling back in love with his own dream. His 5 a.m. habit didn't get him a promotion overnight. The firm didn't suddenly have a change of heart, but it did something more important. It rebuilt him from the inside out. It restored his self-belief. It proved that his own discipline was the highest form of self-love. And then things started to happen. He shared one of his personal designs on a small online forum for architects. It got noticed. Someone from a small, innovative firm reached out. Not with a job offer, but with a question, then another. He started collaborating on a small side project remotely. He attended a local conference and spoke with a confidence he hadn't felt in years, not about his day job, but about his 5 a.m. work. The work he did when no one was watching. That work, that secret hour in the dark, opened doors he never even knew existed. It led him down a path he couldn't have planned, to opportunities he never would have found if he had just stayed on the realistic path. He proved to himself that the most important work truly is the work you do for yourself. So many of us wait. We wait for the right moment. We wait for inspiration. We wait for permission. Most people wait for confidence before they begin. But Alex's story teaches us something vital. Confidence isn't the starting line. Confidence is usually waiting on the other side of beginning. So begin. Start small. Start in secret. Start when no one is watching. Keep that one promise to yourself. That's how you stop the fade. That's how you bring your dream back to life. Thanks for watching.